Hello everyone, this is Alex from Gains. Today I'm joined by Yudi from MobiFi. He's the CEO and project lead. How are you doing, Yudi?
Hey Alex, I'm doing well. So very excited to be here to discuss about MobiFi with you today.
Awesome. Please, let's just get started. Tell us what's MobiFi.
It's a very unique idea in because we're using DeFi basically to find a new financial tool to solve problem in the mobility industry. So so you can think of us as a payment or a financial tool entering into the mobility industry, offering mobility service. So in the front face, you see MobiFi is a mobility service provider. So we offer you parking, e-scooter, all these kinds of things, public transport, etc. But in the back end, we actually operate as a fintech company. It's all the financial, stuff behind the scenes, DeFi, staking, all the stuff we make people to use their pocket treasure, those leftover small money to actually earn more money for them. And then we can offer extra benefits, free parking, free scooter, even cashback, everything like that. That's what we do in MobiFi.
You mentioned several issues in the mobility industry. And please, could you tell us in more detail what these issues are and how you can help solve them?
So according to a BCG report, we actually talked to them months ago. So they defined the mobility industry into four layers, right? So the first layer, level one, is those Google Maps, those city mapper apps that help you navigate. And then the second level and third level is about ticketing pricing. So you see company like Uber, they're doing very well there. So they actually integrate all these mobility service to try to offer everything in one app. That's brilliant, right? So, but the missing part in level four that BCG pointed out is we're missing the financial part. There's no continuous incentive ready for the mobility industry, which means people are reluctant to change, right? So mobility is irrational. That's why we bring in the unique element, which is the financial part, and it's very sustainable financial, can continuously generate yields by itself. So we're not like compensate our own revenue to it. It's happening automatically by itself. So that's the unique part we're bringing and solve the problem that nobody can have ever solved before.
Okay, interesting. So how is it sustainable? How do you generate yields by itself? And more generally, what are the incentives you mentioned?
Yeah, so there are a couple of phases we're gonna achieve this. But at the beginning, when people think about the transport card people using today for the public transport, right? So you need to top up. It's a very small amount of money, but if you add them up, it's like 100 billion, more than 100 billion. So we want to give back all these yields back to the customer with the staking that the integration we did in the backend with DeFi system. So everything can be tokenized in the backend. We're gonna integrate with different DeFi products. We didn't put our own revenue to it, right? There's no discount. Basically, it's their own money, but they actually now give back their own money to themselves.
How will you convince these individuals to move over? Because as we all know, people are lazy. And first of all, they don't have big amounts of money sitting on these accounts, these mobility accounts, maybe 50 euros, as you mentioned.
Basically, we have a big ecosystem that we reserved a lot of MoFi token. Basically, trying to build this ecosystem. That's how we're gonna bring people at the beginning to the MoFi or the MobiFi ecosystem, the mobility ecosystem. Once it grows, right? So if people really believe this concept, they don't need to just put $100. They can put a little bit more, right? But for us, it doesn't matter because in the end, we will be collecting like a huge amount of a pool of mobility credits there. So for us, it's a lot, but for end users, it's extra benefits. It's better than nothing. So if you ask me, like compare the existing mobility apps there, offering the same service that we're gonna offer, but with a lot of extra benefit they can get from it. What do you choose, right?
Okay, cool. Let's talk about the token. What's it useful for?
Yeah, so tokens. So we actually have two tokens. One is called the Smiles token. The other is the MobiFi token, right? So the reason we designed this dual token system is really because the adoption and compliance in the mobility industry. That's why we built this Smile token, the stable token built on Corda. So it's a permission ledger. So that's why we are regulatory compliant, because Corda has been adopted by major banks and insurance companies. So that's super secure. On the other side, the MoFi token is going to play two roles actually. On one side, like I mentioned, MoFi is going to be used as rewards at the beginning for people who is doing eco-friendly travel. We actually encourage people to not to drive cars, do public transports, cycling, right? So eco-friendly travel, electric car, etc. So we're going to reward them for what they do as a good traveler, as a green traveler, right? So, and on the other side, MoFi will be used as a token actually to support our bridge system.
All right, cool. And so what stage is the product at? Like right now, when will people be able to get these yields and these extra incentives with MobiFi using their mobility apps?
Yeah, so currently, like I said, we have already built the first very simple version of the bridge, so you can do swap. We aim to launch the test flights by end of September, and by end of the year, we aim to launch the beta version. So it should be a commercial ready version. So we're also working with some partners to make sure we are, compliant in different countries, especially in the Netherlands and the UK. So those places we're going to launch the app. Right, so then at that time, people can start actually using mobility services as well as in the same time gaining those yields.
Okay, awesome. Tell me about your team and yourself. What's your experience, especially in crypto and in the mobility industry?
Maybe I just start with myself. So my background is information and computer science. By education, I studied in the Netherlands, and my previous role was the CTO consultant, CTO advisor in Royal Dutch Shell. So I basically worked as a project lead in emerging digital technology space. So, and for crypto, actually, I heard about Bitcoin back in 2014 with my college classmate. He was tweeting Bitcoin in the class. But yeah, that's how I get into crypto. So it's been a long time, and I invest myself as well. I'm the MVP of Hedera Hashgraph. So that's my personal experience with mobility and crypto, etc. Currently, our CMO Catherine, she's an experienced marketeer, basically working for all these 500 Fortune company. So we also have very experienced Coda developer like Manos Bartstis. So he has been actually a very active contributor to the open source Coda repo on GitHub. So he actually built those Coda account feature and token SDK feature. Basically, that's the main part that we're using in our own product.
Tell me about your strategy and if you've had discussions with existing mobility companies and how you're envisioning partnerships with them.
Yeah, so I cannot disclose the name yet, but we are actually in a contract negotiation phase with a smart parking company. So our strategy with those mobility service provider is very simple. We only partner with those service providers that align with our vision, right? So give you an example, we're not going to partner with those on-street parking service provider. We actually want to give space back to the city, right? So we're not going to partner with like gas station to to let you pay for your gas. We can do that, but that's not really the vision. We want to promote green travel, that kind of stuff.
Awesome. And now tell me about your vision. If you succeed, what will the world and what will the MobiFi ecosystem look like in, say, 5 years or 10 years?
Yeah, so first talk about the vision. Exactly like what you said, we want to create a more sustainable mobility future for big cities. So encourage more eco-friendly travel. So I wish in the coming years that everybody, at least in Europe, that will download MobiFi app and use it for their daily travel, not just within one country, but the whole European Union, including UK, right? So that's the coming year vision or the mission for us to accomplish.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
If there's anyone excited about MobiFi, they want to join the community, learn more, where can they go?
Currently, we have our major, community is Telegram. So they can join us there, and we have a lot of people there, community members, ambassadors, also, our admins. They will answer the question they have. And our Twitter is also very active. We're trying to establish our Discord, but that probably will take some time. So Twitter and the Telegram is the main channels for today.
All right, awesome. Well, all the links will be in the description. And thanks for sharing your vision, what you guys are doing at MobiFi. I know, going towards a greener future is the right thing to do. I think in crypto, we all, most of us love sports cars. I mean, we all dreamt of the Lamborghini. It's a nice sound, it looks cool. But pollution in the big cities, especially, is actually a real problem. It actually lowers your life expectancy, can lead to lung issues and all that. So if we do move towards something more sustainable, maybe it'll be cool, and maybe we can enjoy the Lamborghinis if we make it on the other side on a truck or something. But yeah, awesome. Guys, drop a like if you like Teslas and MobiFi, and write a comment if you have any question or remark for Yudi, or join their Telegram, and subscribe for more interviews. And on that note, Yudi, thanks again, and hope to see you soon. Catch up maybe in a year or two or 6 months, who knows.
Thank you very much, Alex. My pleasure.
All right, bye bye.
Yeah, cheers. Bye bye.